Howdy, folks. Widget Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. With Rox's Spanish House on her North American tour. This is her first stop?
First leg.
Yep.
Yes.
So did you do the hobo train thing up here, or did you?
We found the abandoned mill.
She doesn't mean the
Where
restaurant.
all crimes are committed.
Yes. But we won't get into that on camera. No. All right, so we're back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works for the uninitiated. We've just left the cinema where we've seen a film, and now we're going to tell you about that film on the way home. And today we're here to talk about Edge of Tomorrow. Tomorrow. So, all right, so Edge of Tomorrow synopsis. So basically, it's like this. Earth has been invaded by tentacle beasts from beyond, and they seem to keep getting the drop on us and kicking our collective human asses. But it turns out that they have some ability to turn back time. So they actually are able to respond to that song if they could turn back time, and they did find a way. But somehow, as is revealed, Tom Cruise, because he is Tom Cruise, gains that ability, and thus every time he dies, the day resets itself, and basically they have a chance to stop the cataclysm that's about to ensue. And
it's the way the tax collectors work.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, that explains so much.
Yes, it does.
All right, so there's your synopsis. So Rox, I don't know how you feel about the film, but there are some obvious concerns that you could have going into this film. Like, for example, that it's just Groundhog Day with more violence.
Yes.
That is a valid concern.
Oh, there is the poignant part. So, yes, there's like one cry scene. Just letting you know.
There's a what?
There is one crying scene. I'm sorry, I'm still in that phase of my life.
Oh, I see. So,
which makes it a little better than Groundhog's Day.
That's true.
Yeah.
The other thing you could say is that the concept of having to, because it's very clear from the trailer, I'm not giving anything away, but he's learning as he goes and adjusting his approach as he goes. So it is a lot like a video game in that respect. And a lot of the stuff played out like it could be a really awesome first-person shooter video game. That, I think, is a valid concern. Now, I don't know how you react to that stuff, but my thought is, I don't care, because it was a ripping sci-fi yarn that was just entertaining.
For the summer.
For the summer. It was just a great summer film.
Yes.
Now, the only thing I would say that I wish they had done is kept the original title, which is the book that it was based on, All You Need Is Kill, which is a great name. I can understand why they changed it, because, you know, if you have kill in the title, automatically that makes people think certain things, assuming that they think at all. So were you overall happy with it as a summer film?
I was. For somebody that has not been able to pick films lately, yes. Very good as far as it is a summer film.
Right.
It is what you want. We got popcorn. We have soda, as you can hear in the back. And it was enjoyable. We had explosions. We had...
Well, on the screen. We didn't actually have explosions.
Yeah. You like your secondary characters. You know, and the odd thing about the whole comparing it to Groundhog Day is at one point you are rooting for, like, dear God, could we move this on? Whereas playing for comedy with Bill Murray, your take is a little different.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're like, oh my God, if you did, were you starting to calculate if he did just turn right instead of the left, what he told her, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're watching it, and as calculating people that we are, you're starting to go, I can see where you're screwing up.
Well, but I thought they did a good job of keeping it going.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're having to sit through a bunch of learning experiences.
Correct.
You're meeting him sometimes about halfway through.
Which, just a key point, which is not giving a lot away, but as far as Tom Cruise's acting ability, he performs a 1,000-mile stare that actually has, you know, he's now a subordinate that he actually gets people to back away. You know, because he's going through all of this.
Right.
It's going to have a lot of psychological issues for him.
Right.
So,
well, that's the thing. A lot of people give Tom Cruise a lot of crap because he's a cultist. And for that reason, they probably should. But I mean, as far as acting goes, I like him. Especially since
it's his job.
Well, no, well, that doesn't mean you're going to be good at it.
Right.
But what I like about it is that he is not afraid to do things. He is not afraid to get
Oh my God,
he
screams. Every time he screamed, I laughed. Because it's just so funny.
You're like that with everyone, Rox.
Well, yeah. But it was just the off-camera scream were great.
So, Rox, of course, is a scream connoisseur. But no, I thought he was good. And I thought that Emily Blunt was a believable, in this case, a Molly Millions type of character.
Yeah.
Because again, you have the stronger female who is there to support the weaker male protagonist.
Yes.
Thank you, William Gibson.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing that I really like though, is that looking at the trailer, they don't reveal the whole backstory about how it all works.
No.
And a lot of films wouldn't. But this film, it made enough sense for it to hold together. You know, the whole how does he get the ability? Why is it like that? And indeed, one of the things that it actually did something, now it wasn't as entertaining as Avengers, but it did have something that they actually did better than Avengers because they built it into the setup of their aliens. And it's extremely spoilery, so I won't go into it, but you know, it's something that Joss Whedon pointed out on the commentary that they sort of just had to do based on the way the film was set up. But neither here nor there. It impressed me that for a film that was a summer blockbuster, sort of pseudo-mindless tentpole thing, they actually took the time to figure out how that worked so it would hold together. Again, something I complain about a lot in these things is build your universe, establish the laws of that universe, adhere to the laws of the universe.
Yes.
And if you're going to break the laws, why did you set him up that way to begin with? So, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, with all these type of alien type sort of genre films, you always wind up getting, you know, the military. There's always some jackass military guy. You always root against this. We didn't. Yeah, okay, the hierarchies acted the way they did because they had to, but nobody stood out as like, oh my God, when will they die? There was none of that. I mean, which is good because it's like we're all in this together type of thing, and it worked really well as far as a military style, and it's close to the anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah, I think that's actually that's already happened. I think,
right?
Hasn't it? Yeah.
Well,
so 70 years.
It's,
yeah, but it's this year.
Yes,
so,
but you have, you know,
it wasn't just one day. It lasted a little bit of time.
Right,
yeah.
And the idea is there's the storming of the beach,
right?
And the way they shot that, the chaos and everything was, you know, you look at Saving Private Ryan, the same kind of.
It's true. It's kind of like Saving Private Ryan with exoskeletons.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and here's the other thing too that I liked was the fact that the alien design was so unique. In the way that they acted and the way that they looked was really cool. And, I mean, it was interesting in that they're very obviously CG creations. And they still looked like CG creations.
Right.
But they still felt real on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they were blended very well, all things considered.
Yeah.
So that was very cool. But, yeah, I mean, it's just... the way they set it up, the way they line it up, and what then proceeded to happen, all made a great deal of sense. And they built up their, you know, entertainment factor, and then cashed it in at the end. So it's actually a really good study in how to do a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the IMAX and 3D goes, what did you think?
Okay, my thing is you notice everything first off, and then you're done. I mean, it's your eyes take over. You get so used to it. The way they created the world was really interesting because it was almost like what Scorsese did with Hugo. You created around the world. There wasn't a lot of stuff going. It looked like more of an immersion type.
Well, yeah, it looked organic. When something did flip out at you, it was organic. It wasn't one of those, we have a spirit, therefore we have a spirit, the camera.
The IMAX large screen, your eyes adjust. You know, I think this is a film that you can even watch in the smaller theater, I think.
Well, I liked the large format for like the beach scenes.
Yeah.
Because I felt that really gave you a size of a sense of the size of what was going on.
Oh yeah.
So
I would agree to that.
Yeah, I liked that bit of it. You know, I really liked the big screen myself. I thought the 3D was better than most.
Yeah.
In that, like you said, they seem to have actually done the film with 3D in mind, and then made it organic. But I could in the end take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as Hugo. Whereas with Hugo, like the whole time I was sitting there going, "Wow, this is like really good."
Yeah.
3D wise and everything else wise. Or even something like the first Captain America film, where you stayed aware of the fact it was in 3D, but it wasn't invasive.
Right.
So, I mean, the 3D was good, but I don't know if it's worth, the extra bucks. However, the problem is, at least here, you can't see the IMAX without the 3D. So you're sort of stuck if you want the large format with going to check out the 3D. But
otherwise, everything stayed. It was what I've always said was when you have 3D glasses, they're tinted, such as what I brought up with Coraline. The colors aren't as vibrant. They learned from Hugo, which is what I've said is they created the color palette accordingly to the glasses, and I think it's one of those trial and errors that Hollywood has been playing around with. It's like, okay, now we understand how the color palette in your eyes work. So, but then again, for me, halfway through, I totally forgot I had the glasses on. So it's like, is it lost on you? Well, okay, does it work because you forget they're on, so you kind of miss out on what pops out at you? But as far as making it seem like more immersion style, that's the way I see it. If you're immersed into the movie, then I think it's working.
No, it's true. It's true. So what do you think as far as a recommendation goes? What would be your recommendation for folks?
Early show.
Oh, always, almost always.
Yeah. It's a for me who can't pick films right at the moment. I'm gonna give it a 4 because it's you see it with your group of friends, and it's one of those films that you actually do see with your friends, and then you can talk about it later. I would say a 4 for a summer.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Summer 4.
Summer 4. Yeah, I think I would probably. I'm wavering between a 3.5 and a 4, just because it was well crafted for a summer blockbuster film, but it was a summer blockbuster film, and
well, here's my question: is okay, I know this breaks into the other ones. How well will it do as a summer film, considering all the kids are going to the Fault of the Star, whatever?
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I think it'll do well. I mean, it's I don't know about its staying power in the States. I think it'll do really well overseas. Yeah. I mean, I believe it's a Japanese novel that it was based on. I don't know if it was a novel or a graphic novel, honestly, but I think it'll do well, especially because 3D is so
and it has a really unique. Hollywood's also gearing their production towards Europe, I believe.
Well,
I mean, the cast is a mix,
right?
More so than most films,
Right.
Especially for a blockbuster.
It's set in London mostly,
and it's honestly a film that they can show in the Middle East, I would say, because there's no sex involved,
right?
So I mean, that's their number one thing,
right?
They
so for our viewers in the Middle
violence
East,
want.
it's safe.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I'll figure it out by the time I get this posted, between a 3.5 and a 4, and I would say it's worth seeing on the big screen in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so all I will say is Tom Cruise, in regards to Oblivion, all is forgiven.
Yeah.
I'm feeling lenient.
Yes.
Because that movie was crap. So, Rox, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Yeah, don't park a white car that's pristine in some like horrible neighborhood. Junk it up. Nobody will touch it. I'm done.
That's valuable advice from Rox there. So yes, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy these things, as you can tell, we've been stacking them up as I've been finishing up my projects so we can get back to life as we know it. So if you do like them though, help us out. Go to neatcoffee.com/support. Throw some coins in the virtual tin, because while we do have a car with air conditioning now, it does eat gas. So that would help. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Wayhomer Reviews. Bye! Bye! Anything you can think of for Coda, Rox?
And we're done.
Okay.
Let's stop for ice cream.